Hey up, I'm Fu, and welcome back to another episode of RimWorld. Let's get started, shall we? Oh, and we have a roof collapse. Sandstone blocks were crushed. Well, whereabouts was that? Huh. Well, I made the assumption that they removed all the roof. Obviously not. Well, no one was injured, which was the big thing. And we just got a new recruit, which was Jabir has finally recruited Ed. We have a lot of people in our colony and not enough beds, so we need to remedy that relatively fast. So this is the first thing that I can think of doing is double bed of wood. Yep, we've got the wood to spend on it, and we'll place it over here, which is where one of our bedrooms were to be planned. So that one fixes up that room. Now these were going to be medical rooms, but I think we can do at least 2 bedrooms. So we'll make a single bed in this one. Might as well turn this one into a medical ward still. And then we'll just have to keep an eye out on who has a bed and who doesn't have a bed. Oh, need to do that. And what's going on? Is someone under attack? Because this is just slowed down. Keep an eye on things. It's a little odd. Just pull it back down to 1 the speed and see what's going on. Doesn't look like anyone's... Oh! Hello? What's going on? I am officially puzzled. Right. Are we under attack? This isn't a very good start. I can't even tell if we're under attack or not. Derpy derp. Bottom of the map. Right. Oh. Okay, that explains it, and that explains the people. Let's restrict everyone to within Area 1. Also remember to expand Area 1, that may be already too late. Hopefully I don't lose anyone. So expand area to 1 just to include this area. Where else? I think... Yep, because that's the main facility, so that should be fine. So Rain, what are you doing? I'm going to draft you, I'm going to get you inside. Jabam, just going to recruit you, see what happens. Rain should be able to leg it inside, and as you're going to be cleaning some dirt. Looks like I might just expand area 1 to also include the door. Hopefully that's not too much encouragement to them to stand in the way. We'll see what happens. So, Fu, what are you doing? You're fleeing. That's fair enough, but how about extinguishing the fire? Oh, I think one of the raiders have just got shot in the back. So, how are you, Rain? You are injured. It's only a bruise. It's not the end of the world. And naturally there is more fire. Repairing the door. Excellent. No problemo. So, what are we going to do? So, Rain naturally doesn't have a bed. We knew that to be true. You also don't have a weapon. I thought I gave you a weapon at the start of, well, during last episode, but obviously not. You haven't dropped it or anything, have you? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, so we have the choice of Rain or Ed, depending on... Oh, you have malnutrition. Interesting. On which weapon or who we... wait, never mind. Ed can't actually fight, so Rain. We're just going to give you the survival rifle and... see how that goes. What's your melee like? You're only 4. So I was just thinking maybe a club could be a little useful right now. But okay, fine. We'll equip the survival rifle. And we have 2 fires outside, which kind of sucks. But let's grab... let's see, whereabouts are... No one else is outside, are they? No, they're not. Everyone's inside Zone 1. Excellent. So I'm going to grab Tashi, Fu, Jabir, not Bertha because she can't fight. Why not... Airs, not Ed because he can't fight, and Rain. Actually, just let Rain get her weapon first. So recruit everyone. We'll place them probably in the front section, and then we'll work out what we're going to do. So that was a little faster than I expected. It would have been nice if we still had the message up from last time, but no one's dead. So we'll see what we can do. So Rain, you have the weapon? You do. You're also going to beat out the fire. Yeah, I guess you could, but how about wear the armor vest before we get you to attack? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Actually, Airs, unrecruit, and you're going to go and do the firefighting. Cool. Excellent, so you're wearing the armor now. Can we give you a helmet? We could give you pants or something else, but that's fine. So we're going to recruit now, and you're going to come over here. Ayers is going to finish beating out the fire, which he did. Cool, and that was another explosion. No, please stop. Okay, Ayers, going to recruit you, and we're going to put you over here. So we'll see what we can do. So there are only 2 people who cannot fight, and we have the rest of the guys that we can sort of fight. They, by the looks of things, are going to try and break everything down, but we'll work out what we're going to do. Since there's absolutely no defense and no cover, we'll see if we can place a few people within the doorways. So let's see. Survival rifle versus a shotgun? No. Survival rifle versus sniper rifle. There we go. So survival it just in terms of range is what I'm considering at the moment. So accuracy, yeah. Range cooldown is one of the other factors, and warm up is 2.5 seconds versus a sniper rifle. Let's take a look. Sniper rifle is in general a lot more accurate unless it's set on touch contact. What about range cooldown is 2.33 seconds and warm up is 4 seconds. So survival rifle will be the better thing for us. I'll just double check the pump shotgun. The range may be the biggest issue. Yeah, the range will be a concern if we do that with Fu. So I'm going to grab Ayers, and oh, you've got the assault rifle. Forgot about that. Oops. Let's take a look at the assault rifle. So the assault rifle, range, damage, yep. Where's the... So there's... okay, so assault rifle sort of sits between the sniper rifle and the survival rifle in terms of the cooldown time. I need to press the right button. There we are. In terms of the cooldown, warm up is still a little bit of an issue. Let's say it's 2.5 seconds versus a 1.5. So actually, no, we'll do AK. AK? No, it's assault. I'm going to put you in the door. Hopefully, you have the range. Yeah, you got the range. See what happens. So slow people down. Oh, actually, wait a second. Stand at the door. Yep. Now, Rain's got the other survival rifle. Correct. So here's the sniper rifle. I want to see if I can position someone just at a different doorway. How about you come over to this doorway to shoot out of, and Rain with the other survival rifle come over here, and that's where you'll be firing from. Ooh, actually, do we have another sniper in our team? Because they may be able to come out of this door. We certainly do have a weapon. Who could we just substitute? Well, Jabir, you do have those Molotov cocktails, so I think you are definitely going to be the person to be swapped around. So you go and equip the sniper rifle, and then we'll see what we can do. Shouldn't be disastrous quite yet. Okay, excellent. You got the sniper rifle. Walk over to here, and we'll get you started in just a sec. Maybe actually come up this way, because you'll be able to shoot from a fairly large distance. Yep, of course you're doing damage down there. Ow. It's not the end of the world. Yep, and you are, of course, beating the fire off the door. Really nice to see. So, Jabir, come out to just around here. In theory, you should be able to see those guys. And Y also come out, and then you two... Oops. Do it one at a time. Rain, you want to stand in that doorway, and Ayers, you want to stand in that doorway. Hopefully this is enough. We'll see what happens. I can always pull people back inside anyhow. So, doing that... Start firing, excellent, and Jabir should also start firing. How are you going, Rain? Any other shots? Any other people's focus on you? Okay, and back inside, Rain. Not the wooden door, Rain, please. Yep, cool. And Ayers, you'll be able to take a shot. Yep, cool. Might get you to come inside in just a second, because I don't want to get you... Yeah, you're going to come inside now. Just so you don't get attacked. Rain, your turn to come back outside. Y is still shooting. Jabir's still shooting. Oops. Rain, come back inside. You did just get hit then. That's not good. How are you going? You are not too badly injured, but I think it may be worth getting a medical bed. So for the time being, this one can become a medical bed. Under recruit, and make sure you are sent to rest until healed. So we have Bertha and Ed, who are unable to fight. So Bertha is a nurse, but she cannot doctor. So what about Ed? Can you doctor at all? 1. Oh. It'd be nice if the people who couldn't fight could actually doctor. I mean, you'd think Bertha, being a nurse, could doctor, but obviously not, for some strange reason. Eh, well, we'll deal with what we've got. So, Jabir, you are not injured. Those are old gunshot wounds. Yep. What about Y? Yeah, you're fine. So it's just Airs and Rain. So Rain is also already going to go to bed, but we do need someone to patch him up. So for the time being, I guess I will have to set Ed as, which I guess I haven't even flicked the numbers yet. Flicking the numbers, and there. I will put you on for a doctor. So we have one person who can doctor while in a raid. So hopefully that will be enough. So we have one person down, and Y is still firing. Cool. Let's see what's happening now. Okay, you're coming over there. Airs, can you... Choices. Fu, I'm just going to get you to come over here. Tashi, your turn will be in the doorway now. Oh, and we have a few people from a bit of a distance, so that is a charge rifle. Now, I'd love to get my hands on one, but I don't think we will. And you just got shot. Fire. Okay, run inside now. Oh, you threw inside the building. Interesting. I have not been able to tell my colonists to do that, but for somehow you can. So, let's see. Tashi, come back out. Airs, come out. It looks like you got a bit of a flanking shot as well. I wonder. And Jabir, are you injured? Not yet, but I may have to pull you inside in a second. And... Yep. Fire. Yep. Excellent. Now run away. Tashi, your turn to run inside now. Cool. What else can we do? Why are you injured? You are injured. Everyone's injured. Okay, well, maybe Fu can be unrecruited, because Fu can most certainly doctor. And Rain is up there, so yep. Fu, your job after you beat out the fire... Whoops, you need to extinguish that fire. And then... Of course you can't get to the furthest point away. You can't beat out that fire. Oh, that's not good. How about beating out... Yeah, you're going to beat out that fire, that's fine. Going to unrecruit... everyone except Y, I think. Oop, Jabir, how are you going? You been injured yet? No other new shots. But you still haven't been able to hit this guy. Lee, the escapee. So you've got a sniper rifle, and it is relatively close distance, but you should be able to hit him. So yeah, Y, I'll... Actually, no, keep me recruited for a bit longer. You are still capable of doing things. Place you in the door, we'll try once more. And yep, Lee is charging, so your turn, Jabir, to come inside after that one shot. There we go, dead on. But you just took a headshot. Oh, come inside. That wasn't good. Okay, well, we're going to turn this one into a medical bed as well. So, has Rain been doctored yet? No. What are you doing, Fu? Where are you, Fu? Fu? Yeah, so I'm going to click on you. And you're consuming a fire meal. No. Okay, Rain's reserved by Ed. That is fine. And Jabir, I want you to be unrecruited and rest until healed. Then Fu will come along in just a second. And might be able to deal with them. Nope, and it's another flaming mess. Might lose the comms table, though it isn't the end of the world. And wooden bed is reserved by Jabir, and we can't treat Jabir right this very second. Okay. Keep it going for a little longer, and run away. That was close. Unrecruit you. This is an utter mess right now. You're beating at the fire, yeah. You see, you can actually stand on it, but you can't put out the fire in the very centre. That's a real pain, but Fu, you need to treat Jabir. So Jabir will be patched up, and then when Rain is patched up in just a second after Ed gets to her, or them, we should be able to do something about it. Oh, Bertha, can you put out the fire on the door? No, you can't, because it's outside the zone. Kind of frustrating. Well, we'll just put those doors in, and that looks fine. What else? Those doors, it's probably not necessary, but we'll do it anyhow. And yeah, we don't need to worry about that door. Okay, that is fine. And Bertha, can you put out this fire now? Click on you, and yeah, no, I don't want you to clean the blood. It's not the main thing. You can firefight, right? Let's see, Bertha, you cannot firefight. Well, that was a useless choice of picking you. I extinguish that fire. The big thing is just to make sure the doors don't burn down. And now if I extinguish this fire, extinguish this fire. They haven't broken in, have they? Nope, but we have a little bit more fire. It's a good thing that these rooms are, in some sense, a little bit of a distraction on this raid. Okay. But yeah, keep putting things out while you can. And has Jabir been treated? He has. Well, you can get out of bed now. And we'll get another person in. So, most likely not the slag chunk, but Y. Yep, Y. So Y, your turn to rest until healed. And most likely I will unrecruit, well, unset Ed as being a doctor, because he doesn't need to be one. He's not very good. He can patch people up, but he's more likely to kill them at this point, unfortunately. Well, I think it's, let's see. Yep, so Y needs to be patched up. What's happening? Things just slowed right back down. People are not being injured, are they? I might as well just restrict the animals to... what's that? Oh, just inside. There we are. Hopefully our dogs are still fine. I don't know where they are located. So there's Mason, there's Stoneface, and yep, the other Megatheriums are actually outside. I guess they could walk inside, hopefully. Under the assumption they don't decide to attack them. But we'll see. So, what can we do? Ed, you can't fight. Bertha, you can't fight. Ez, you are injured and you are going to bed. Excellent. Why you're going there? Where's Fu? It's all a bit of a mess and you're about to go to bed. Not really the right timing. How about this? Recruit. Y gets into bed. And then you can prioritize treating her ASAP. Yep. We got a bit of fire everywhere and hopefully they aren't... Oh. Megatherium is under attack. That is a really bad choice. That is a very bad thing. Well, I'm going to be grabbing... well, I guess Jabir. You have the sniper rifle, so I'll get you into the door here. See what we can do. And Jabir's fully healed. How about that? Perfect time to actually start firing. Jabir, you are beating at the fire next to you. Makes sense. It is a relatively large wildfire. But these guys can't hit for, well, they can't even hit a sleeping animal. Oh, Jabir, whereabouts are you firing? Because I'd love it if you could fire on the closest guy. Yep, there we go. Take aim and fire, please. Well, it sounds like a hit, but it also sounded like... Yep, so you are injured. Cool. But it was sort of like a ding sound, like you hit a helmet or something. Which is interesting. I wonder what else. So Y is being patched up. How are you going? You're still not yet to be fully patched up. Rain is patched, but Ez is not. Right. Maybe it might be worth just leaving Ed on as the other doctor. Useless Ed. So recruit, unrecruit. You're going to smoke weed? Nope. Actually just patch Ez. Safest thing. And what's that? Minor break risk. Yeah, that is fair enough. I did wake you up and you do need to sleep. But Jabir, keep taking shot and firing, please. And still missing. It isn't good enough. So where are the other people? There has to be more. Yep, there is. There's links over here. And trigger over there. Okay. You're igniting a power conduit. Not really what I want you to do, but okay, that is your decision. Yeah, so I think it might be worth to get our people out there once they've been patched up. Just so they don't start breaking every little thing they see. I'm assuming this Megatherium has not been hit. Still hasn't. Even after all those shots. A stationary object is hard to hit. And Jabir, you're still attacking Dan. Okay, cool. Just don't burn. Or miss. Preferably prefer you not to miss. So Fu, you're fine for the time being. And Y is being fully patched up. Cool. What about Bertha? Bertha's fine, of course, because she can't fight. So Fu, I think it's your time to come out with this shotgun. See if I can get you to come maybe over here, because you have to be relatively close for this shotgun. You have to walk all the way around the fire as well. That's a shame. Get you right in close, then maybe that's a bit of encouragement. Double check the range. Yeah, we need to be nice and close. Oh, colonist needs treatment, of course. Keep coming a little closer, Fu. This is very risky, but we'll see what happens. And... oh, never mind. Bad idea, bad idea. Run away, Fu. Run away. Keep them running. Well, that was a little bit of a distraction, so they stopped attacking our Megatherium baby, which we cannot wake up or do anything with. This isn't going good. Jabir, are you on fire? It is very hard to tell with that bit of fire on your head. Recruit, unrecruit. No. Bertha, that's right. You cannot firefight. Yep. The only person who can't firefight, and I keep selecting them. I guess that is something. We're going to recruit, and you're going to beat out the fire. Cool. But Ayers has been patched up. Nearly. And what about you, Rain? You're nearly there as well. Okay. How about this? I'm going to grab... Well, once Ayers has been patched up, I'm going to grab those two and see if we can take out Lynx on the side. And that probably should be enough to encourage them to leave, I hope. But yeah, this Megatherium has not been hit after all this, even with a wildfire now officially around it. That is really quite something, and I am hearing... It must not be too much longer before Dan here gets dies. But you, or sorry, that's not you, that's Lee. Lee has been hit once or twice. Yeah, I definitely think it might be worth to grab someone right now and try and get the last bit done. So why can you... Oops. Yes, recruit you and then position you. Position you sort of outside, just middle of nowhere, and you should be able to hit them. Quote unquote should be able to hit them. But the baby is yet to be hit. I am ultimately surprised, but it is in the middle of a wildfire. A wildfire now. And this might be hit. Yep, there we are. It burns. Start running. Please. Oh. Whereabouts is Y? Are you actually firing? You are. See if I can get you to prioritize targeting the same person. I'm assuming Jabir is still targeting Dan. See what happens. But no. Hopefully the animal doesn't die. And Rain has been patched up. Okay, cool. Which means you're actually going to start wandering and doing things. Like beating out the fire there. But yeah, both of these animals are kind of very chill about the whole thing. Oh my god, if you kill my Megatherium, I will not be impressed. So, I think it's time to bring out the rest of the big guns. I'm going to recruit you, and we're going to place you... I guess we can place you probably down here. Why, you're still firing on Dan? Yep. I do not know what's happening. There we are. That is Dan down. Now it's on to Lee. So focus fire on Lee, making sure, of course, Jabir also focuses fire on Lee. What are we going to do about Trigger? Well, I'm going to assume that Trigger will be left there for the time being. Fu, are you recruited? You are. How about if we could just pop you in just behind the door here? And Ayers, are you patched up? I think you are. You are. Also, we're going to recruit you, put you behind this door and see what we can do. Just going to make sure that no one's getting injured when they shouldn't be. And so far we look quote unquote safe. As safe as we can be with all this happening, and Tashi should be able to fire on Lee. It's a bit of a distance, but we should be able to hit them. And you're both there. Excellent. So time for you two to get in the doorway and fire on those guys. Yep. Excellent. That one worked out well over there. And what's Lee doing? You're moving. Well, you should get hit. There we are. Okay, well, I'm going to unrestrict everyone while I can. Also change the schedules for the 2 new recruits, because I haven't done that yet. And not forgetting the Force Joy as well. Can never forget that. So unrestrict. Probably just restrict them to home zone. I think it's going to be the safest thing right now. No, home unrestricted, because we've got fire in area that isn't home zone, which I probably should add that area to a home zone. Okay, let's see what else. So Lynx is still on the side, so we could still get them if we're careful. Keep them going. Nope, okay, we couldn't get to Lynx, but we'll unrecruit you. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of work to do, but we should be able to start beating out fire and a lot of other things. So you're beating out fire. You two recruited. Let's see who else is recruited. Jabir, unrecruit. And yeah, that's all of them. Ed, come on, you can get out of bed and beat out some fire for us. Because it is a bit of a disaster zone right now, and yeah, Trigger can wander away. We're not going to wander about him. But yeah, this has worked out a lot better. This time it's not going to burn down an entire base, because it's not made out of wood. And we also have the colonists to deal with all this, though we do have a few, what's that? Major break risk. What's up, Ed? Your needs. Feeling terrible, disturbed sleep, ugly environment, shared bedroom, slept on the ground. Yep, observed corpse, yeah. So everything that we're about to remedy. And yeah, we did lose this table after all. It's a bit of a shame. But it looks like we got away safely, and it's raining. We don't even need to worry about most of the fire now. Phew. Well, that made things simple. There's a lot of repairing jobs to do, but should be fine. It means I will unmark this one as a medical bed, and the same goes for this one up here. So whereabouts are you running off to, Jabir? Are you injured? I guess because you've got burns, that's right. So Fu will get you on board and get you to patch up Jabir. Because that's the correct thing to do. Fu is the better doctor, and you did use also the better medicine. I guess that's something. And yep, you treated it. Excellent. Unlikely that we'll get infections from that. So I'll get you to... Fu will also then haul the body in. What other bodies do we see around the place? Well, quite a few, unfortunately. Depending on your point of view, of course. But let's see if we can just get these bodies hauled in so they're out of sight and out of mind. Out of mind and out of... Yeah, that's the way to do it. And what else? You're going over to that body. Is there any other bodies we need to worry about? No, but we could probably patch up this hole so the panthers don't come in. Because at the moment there are no other animals in our base, and I'd preferably like to keep it that way. Yeah. Okay, and yep, the animals are being patched up. Hopefully our Megatherium baby is not too much injured. It is a little, but it's already been patched up, so we'll be fine. Yep, so the second Megatherium is patched up. Just the third one, or the child one, still needs to be fully healed. Well, that was quite something. But I think it is time to do one thing I've been wanting to do for a while. Because there is a small little patch of sky, which means this is just too big of an area to fully enclose. So what we can do is sort of judge roughly where the middle is. Let's see. That's not what. Let's say that is, what's that? 18, and that is 16. So where's it? So interesting, because 18 means it's 9. So it really puts it right along this section. So probably if I just pause it, we're looking somewhere around here. And what about the 16 side? Okay, and it looks like we're sort of in line. I'm just going to do a block of 4 because that looks a little more balanced. Yep, and that should do the job quite well. When people get around to building it, that entire area will be enclosed. But we need a communications table again. The last one got burnt down. I'm just wondering, maybe it's better to keep it away from the wall. I've got a feeling it probably is. And what we have a mad animal. Whereabouts is it? Oh, this one is awake and it will attack us, so I'll just keep an eye on it. See roughly where it's going. So whereabouts are our people? They're all inside. Well, how about I'm just going to recruit everyone except people who can't fight. Which is, oops, where's Bertha? There we are. Recruit you, and we're going to get you to come over here. See if we can attack this mad pig. So come over here, and that should be enough to attack this pig. So you said it should start firing? Yep. Yep. Awesome. Unrecruit. We get one person to haul it inside, and that is some more meat for us. Nice and easy. Cool. I'm happy with that. Now, what should we do next? Well, this area needs to be fixed up, so I'll see if I can get someone to prioritise that. Or the other thing would be to work on the communications table. The thing is, since events are happening now, we still do to get traders coming through from time to time. So maybe the actual getting the table up isn't priority number 1. Well, it's still priority number 2, so I will put it down anyhow. There we go. Minor break risk, yep. You should be able to get some flake. Ed? Where's Ed? Because I'm assuming that was Ed who is a minor break risk, yep. So you are stoned already. Well, how about we'll get some flake and we'll get you a little bit more out of it. Maybe not wake up because that allows you to stay up all night. I believe we had something else. What's this? Luciferium. We'll see what happens when you take it. So you're already stoned. When you take it, what happens? You are... Well, he now has a need for luciferium visible on his needs tabs. He'll automatically consume the drug to fulfill his need. If he can't get any luciferium, he'll go into withdrawals. Well, that isn't actually any good, but interestingly enough, he does get quite a added bonus to things like sight, hearing, breathing, blood filtration, blood pumping, and metabolism. Metabolism makes me think that he's going to burn through food faster. Yeah, I got a feeling the stoned effect is still playing havoc with some of these numbers. Just see what happens, but you are going really fast. I'm guessing it's in part to the moving. Imagine what it would be like if we gave... Is it your bear? Yeah, because he's got a bionic leg. It may not, maybe it won't affect his speed, but it'd be curious to see what happens. And you failed. Well done, Ed. That's right, I need to toggle the last set of his numbers. So we have handling. You have a 10 passion. You can definitely be turned on to 1. What about cooking? Well, cooking is a nope. Construction is a 5. I'll put you onto a 2. Repairing as a 1. Growing, you definitely have passion, so you might be the other grower as well. 1. Repairing, yep. Art was the other thing. We also want some hauling done. So let's see if we can drop this down. That can be dropped to a 2. The repair 2, grow 2. Art is what I want to put up to a 1 because he is a 11. Is that a double passion? I can't see. And we'll get hauling, cleaning, and research is nope. Yep, and the doctoring can also be turned off now because we have no need for another doctor. So I'll let him continue building things, but let's double check what is it, character. He just has basic passion for it. He doesn't have super passion, so 150 times. Just basic. So I think it's definitely time to get that art table that I've been considering up for quite a while now. So there's the sculptor's table. I always call it the arting table for some reason, but there we go. And I guess we can place it... it's no real good location for a lot of things, but I'm going to place it there. Or we could move it by 1. This is a wooden table, isn't it? We could make it out of steel or silver. Well, that isn't really much of a better option, but let's cancel, build a copy. Interestingly enough, you cannot rotate this. Well done. Let's click from the menu and try again. Yeah, there we go. And no, I'll just leave it where it was. I think it would have been fine. How's the electric stove going? Yep, might get a seat for it. Though I don't think it takes too long anyhow to build, or not build, but cook a meal. So let's see, whereabouts is it in the furniture? So it's a dining chair of wood, of course. Looks like we might have to get some more wood though. And we also need the table over here. Let's rotate that around. What else can we do? I think possibly another set of dining chairs could be in order. Possibly. I don't know. Let's see, we're going to mine out the marble here, here, and here, just so we can actually start to replace this with actual blocks. That should help beautify some of this area. And since it's not this area doesn't need to be cooled, we should be fine. And have people got around to building this? Yep, so this should be inside. It is. That's really good to see. What it does mean is we now have an official area for any stockpile, any goods which are not food. Because like I said, we want to keep food in the frozen area if possible. Keeping it undercover will stop deterioration on things like wood and guns and weapons and so forth. So let's get the zone set up. So this is a stockpile zone. Can I do it in one drag? I can. Yep. It's kind of probably going to annoy me that that's off-centered to some extent. And yeah, well, we'll just leave it be. It's not the end of the world. Remembering, of course, to copy these settings. I believe these ones are actually being set up right. So copy, and then we'll paste them up here. So just to kind of double check the settings for my own sake. Allow rotten. Well, we don't want to allow rotten, but we shouldn't have any food in here, so it should be fine. Raw resources. We don't want stone blocks, but gold wouldn't hurt. Nor would jade plus steel, silver, steel, uranium, and wood. Stone blocks. Blocks are fine to store in here. No, wait, we only want to store bricks. So no, that's not right. And you can store any items, because that's just art, furniture, unfinished body parts. Yeah, that's actually fine. Looks like I didn't configure the bottom one properly anyhow. And also all weapons. Apparel, well, that's all clothing, so we want to store the clothing up there as well, if preferable. And the chunks, so we don't want stone chunks. So we'll turn off the chunks. And it looks like that means the stone blocks are the bricks. And no corpses either, so that looks like a better selection of goods. And do we want to put drugs up there? No. But this is manufactured goods. Components we can store in there. Artillery shell we can. Textiles we most certainly can. What about drugs? I think I'm going to keep that in the cooler. I'm assuming the settings are on for it. Drugs, so yeah, we already checked that. I think that's everything. There we go. So I will copy these settings and actually paste them down here now. Oops, click the menu and paste. What about this stockpile over here? So in our menu we have, all the manufactured goods, of course. Turn off artillery shell components. What else? We can get the drugs, get medicine, and the textiles can be turned off because we don't want to be storing leather in there. There's no reason to store it in a freezer. We don't want to allow rotten in this area. That's the last thing that we want. And corpses, we aren't allowing. Now, colonist corpse, allow human corpse. Okay, that's. Wait, we don't want any corpses in this area. I think originally because we had a cannibal, and I have yet to change the settings, but nope, that's fixed up. And no more corpses, no, because we have a small little storage area for it. I may have to expand it because it is a little too small. Chunks is a no, apparel is a no, weapons is a no, items, yeah, all those items can be stored in the other area. Raw resources, gold, jade, plus silver, steel, uranium and wood can be all shifted. What about the stone blocks? And blocks don't belong in here either. Plant matter, we can keep the plant matter in here because it is a lot like food for the majority of it. What else? I think that is everything. There we go, so that's normal priority, and then we can finally get rid of this stockpile. Delete. That is quite a big hauling job to get done, but we should be fine. So, yep, and people are now storing it in there. Excellent, that's what I want to see. And it's actually nice to see as well. I've used that word multiple times. It's nice to see, but they're actually using the footpaths as they should be, but they are shifting a lot of items around. I'm a little puzzled as to why they've just changed things like that, but who cares? Cargo pods, that is molybdenum. Nope, that is wake up. That's 30 wake up. We have yet to use wake up for anything, and I'm not sure if that causes an addiction. Well, who knows? But we'll have to find out in another episode because we have sailed past the 30-minute mark. Now, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Was a little bit of an awkward start considering I completely forgot about the raid, but all went well. So if you've enjoyed this episode, feel free to press the like button. It does help support the channel, and I do hope for this channel to keep on growing as it has steadily or slowly been doing right now. But as I've said in the past, and will say in the future, I'll see you around sometime.